What up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I hope well, man. Life is good. Good morning. It's early today, so I'm up early. I'm answering some questions on YouTube. You guys have been sending me inbox messages. I have a lot of them piled up since the last month or two. I haven't had a computer or anything to be able to answer them, so I'm kind of just going through them right now. And there's a few of them I'm probably just going to answer via video. I feel like it's a little bit easier. Uh, so I'm just gonna hop right into it, baby. So I'll right into it. But there's this guy named Anthony Cairns. I think I'm saying that right. Anthony Cairns. What's going on, man? He says, "Hey, Gordon. I wanted to send you a message. I've been experiencing sleep paralysis for a few years now. I know exactly what's happening, when it does, and it always happens early in the morning. I feel a weird sensation through my spine, and it's the strongest at my tailbone area, like I'm moving at the speed of light." Interesting way of describing that. Interesting. I've learned to control it. If I want to go further, or if I don't, I can't do either. You mean you can do it? I don't know. That was a word a little bit weird. I don't think I know what you mean by that. But he says, this morning, I decided to take a little bit further and let it kind of take me. Since I hadn't tried it since last year, the next few minutes were very interesting. It was almost like I was in and out of lucid dreaming, which was probably the coolest part, but being out of body still kind of terrifies me a bit. I noticed that my room really isn't my room, and I remember seeing pictures of me on the wall that didn't really exist, and I was wondering if you ever had anything similar. So, I have. I've had, all that sounds so familiar, man. I've experienced every little detail that you just described there. Um, so I guess I'll just describe to you my experience and theorize a little bit with you because I don't know what's going on. I experience and I try to make sense of it. That's what us humans do. We just interpret what we can, right? But I've had that same exact experience where when I get out of body, I go from the sleep paralysis state into my astral body, aka my dream body, the same body that I use when I'm dreaming. Um, I hop into that body, and a lot of the time I will be in my room, but the room will be different. The room will be maybe bigger or smaller, or sometimes it's exactly the same. Sometimes there's things on the wall that aren't really there. There's, places that there's just things that are just different, right? And it is kind of weird because there's certain experiences online that people, describe where everything is always exactly the same. And that kind of makes me confused too because I'm like, well, this stuff isn't necessarily the same here. And so I kind of theorize about it. I think to myself, well, maybe, I'm hopping into like just parallel realities, maybe, different versions of my life, and I'm just kind of experiencing it. Maybe it's a past life I've once lived, maybe it's somewhere I've been in the past, or maybe it's somewhere I'm going in the future, or it's a future life, um, or just a parallel dimension where things could have turned out differently. I don't really know, but I mean, we have these theories about parallel universes and all of these things, and I mean, I'm sure we can experience it just as we can theorize about it. And I think that's probably what these experiences are. Is you know, the human has we have abilities, man, that go further than the physical, what we think we have, what we think about it. Our abilities go further than that, and I mean, this is proof of that. But yeah, so I mean, I've had the same kind of experience. Like I'll give you an example. Like one time, um, this was, I don't know when I had this experience. It was a long time ago, but I still kind of retained it. But I got up, and I'm in my astral body, and I remember looking around, and I leave the room that I'm in, and I'm in this kind of like penthouse apartment, and it's nice, man. It has this giant like window that's just like long, and there's a city like out in the view, and I just remember like walking around it. There was like hardwood floors, and I just remember like going straight for the window. I always go straight for the window because I like flying. And so I remember I went out and I kind of like was hovering, above you know, the ground, like not above the ground, but like way up in the air. And I go down a level and I see like the lights on in different apartments, and I fly down into this other apartment. And I don't think the experience lasted too long, but sometimes I get out of body and I'm in a completely different place. Sometimes, you know, I mean, like nothing is the same. I'm somewhere completely different, you know. And it makes me theorize that, you know, astral projection and lucid dreaming are kind of one of the same, you know. Uh, it's just astral projection, you're going from a waking state straight into the sleep astral body experience dream kind of state, versus lucid dreaming, that's when you're sleeping at night and you're in a dream, and you kind of just realize you're not in physical reality and you're in a dream and you're now aware, just as you're aware when you go straight from a conscious state into the, you know, into the astral world. So, I mean, I hope this answers your question. I kind of was hopping all around there, but I mean, it's kind of a complicated subject. But yeah, so I hope that helps, man. Hope you found it interesting, and you know, much love to you guys, all of you. And until next time, guys, be easy.